Parasite is a movie from 2019 from director and writer, I believe, as well, right? Yes. Bong Joon Ho, who directed movies such as Snowpiercer and Okja and The Host and Mother. And it won Best Picture in 2020. And it was my second favorite movie of 2019 behind Avengers Endgame. And they re-released this in IMAX. So I got to see this in IMAX for the first time. I believe it was the fourth time ever seen it in theaters. I believe I watched it 3 times in theaters. The first time I saw this, I actually drove 2 hours away to go see. First, I saw Ford versus Ferrari, then Parasite, and then Jojo Rabbit. What a great movie marathon that was. Um, so yeah, my fourth time watching it, first time watching it in IMAX, and God, I forget how freaking good this movie is. It is so incredible. Immediately, the poorer family um, is a family that you just find interesting, and you understand them in a sense because of little things you sometimes have to do in life in order to get by. And it's immediately just relatable and interesting. And then we meet rich family, and rich family are just the kind of people that we kind of get annoyed with, but at the same time, we feel like maybe we would act like them. Neither family is particularly like terrible. They're kind of just doing what they need to do to get by and not necessarily understanding and stuff like that. I love the perspective of this movie. I love that there's really not any villains in this movie. I just love that we're seeing perspectives. I love that this movie is a drama, it's a comedy, it's got horror elements to it. It's political, but not overly political. I remember this movie came out in the same year as Joker. And I remember coming out of Joker going, this movie hit me over the head with the idea that rich people bad, poor people poor. This movie has the same kind of knowledge that, like, poor people poor, rich people rich. Um, and it works so much better. It's not hitting you over the head with it. Specific scenes, for example, with the big rainstorm in this movie, you see the effects of the poor people. People are literally sleeping on a gym floor. The rich people, though, hey, it's cleared up. There's no pollution. It's great. And it does such a great job of not hitting you over the head with a political message. And I think it just does such a great job doing it. Again, like I said, the comedy in this, the dark comedy elements are so good. The horror elements of this are horrific. Um, and then the political aspects again aren't too political. It shows, it doesn't tell. It's not putting someone in a refrigerator and saying, "Oh, my life sucks," like Joker does. Again, there might be a lot of comparisons to Joker to this because that was the thing I specifically remember. Is like that was Joker, but correctly done. This movie does kind of deal with mental illness in a sense of when you're poor, you have this constant stress about you. When you're rich, you don't have this stress. What you're more stressed out about is eh, if your English tutor comes soon enough for your child, and like that's it. And I just love that about this movie. I forgot how great the sound design is in this movie. Every sound feels so intentional and almost unique to what's happening and what the sound is being used for and what's happening with the sound. Uh, Also, the score in this is so interesting. How it shifts and changes depending on the scene is so fantastic. Um, the set design. It's crazy that this house is not an actual real house and it was a soundstage with blue screen behind it essentially. It totally blows my mind. It feels like such a real place, and you cannot see the green screen, the blue screen of it at all. The special effects are so seamless in this movie, and I absolutely love it. The acting in this movie is great. I'm not even going to try to get the actors' names. Um, but all the acting in this is really, really solid. The woman that plays Rich wife, I wish I could actually get their names right, but I just don't even. Eon Keo. I'm not even gonna try. I don't even want to disrespect the actors by getting their names wrong because I just think they do such a phenomenal job with these performances. Um, yeah, I just everything about this movie is so beautifully done. The thing that does bug me a little bit is the ending. Um, the ending of this movie does get a little crazy, and then just it feels like the movie ends and then it keeps going, and I'm okay with it keeping going, and then it kind of ends again, and it kind of gives us this hopeful thing. And something that I actually just learned recently is there's the song in the end credits that's actually sang by that actor. And I guess it's like basically the epilogue in a sense, saying that like, oh, if I'm actually gonna buy that house for my father, um, I would need to save up for this long, 500 years or whatever, blah 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 blah. And it is sad and depressing, and and that made it a little better, I guess, but I still don't love the ending to it. But I love where it goes. I love the twists and turns of this. I don't expect anything that's going to happen. It just is just such a great movie. So yeah, honestly, I originally gave this movie a 9 out of 10. I think I will stick with a 9 out of 10. If I did point fives, I think I could get this movie up to a 9.5. The ending still does bug me, but with knowing this year, literally knowing this year that the song is kind of the epilogue of the movie, it makes it a teeny tiny bit better for me. But I still just think the movie ends a couple times, and it really doesn't need to. It does get a little crazy at times, but it is such a solid, fantastic movie. I absolutely love this movie. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for me for Parasite. If you haven't seen Parasite, I don't think it's playing in IMAX anymore. The day I'm talking about this, I don't think it's in IMAX anymore. But if you can, it's on Hulu. Hulu, Netflix, I believe, has it right now. It's absolutely wonderful. Check it out. Parasite, 9 out of 10, came out in 2019. Absolutely great movie. So you guys, tell me what you think of this movie. If you do not watch movies that are in foreign language, please try this movie out. Another memory I have of watching this movie for the third time, I brought a roommate that did not want to go read a movie. I told him, I will pay for your ticket, I will pay for your concessions, and you are not going to regret it. He did not regret it. He absolutely loved this movie. Go check this movie out, even if you don't like reading movies. You're not going to realize you're even reading any movies anymore because it is so freaking crazy and so good. So, yes, anyways, guys, that's my end review of Parasite. I hope you guys have yourself a great day. Don't do anything I would do. And hey, I'll see you next time.